us, you hate us, you hate the KVJ show.
That sucks. That sucks. That stinks.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us, you hate the KVJ show.
I think Kev doesn't get laid because he's not a real man. He sounds like such a nasally, whiny bee. He should get an award for worst personality in radio.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us, you hate the KVJ show.
Virginia has turned into a disturbing old woman. She was sort of hot back in 2001, but now she looks like a grandmother. Hey, Grandma, get better Botox.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us, you hate the KVJ show.
The show was so much better when it was just Kevin and Virginia. Jason is such an unfunny hack. Who gives a crap about his boring pizza blog or his fat-ass dog, Chewy?
Oh, man.
You hate us,
Dog.
you hate the KVJ show.
Denny's looks like he has jaundice. Does that dumbass ever go in the sun? The color of his skin looks like spoiled milk. Hashtag Denny's is gross.
Spoiled milk.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us, you hate the KVJ show.
That sucks.
Dunkin' is the official coffee of the KVJ Show. America runs on Dunkin'. The KVJ Show is now live on 97.9 WRMF.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Bee, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason talks like a spaz, and they love to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ show.
Good morning. What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. Welcome to the KVJ show. Here we go.
Hello.
Sun's starting to come up. Looks like another beautiful day here in South Florida.
Yeah, me and Denny's were talking about that. Is it lighter earlier in the day and it's lighter later in the day now? It seems like it is.
It is, yes. It's a crazy little thing. It's how the planets work, and you're going to get more daylight in the summertime than you are in the winter.
But I thought one you lose one in the morning and you gain one. I didn't realize it was lighter earlier and lighter later. That's what it feels like.
Well, the reason why we do that is because the sun is shifting and the light is changing in the day.
I mean, I get how it works. You're mansplaining.
I don't know if you do get it.
I don't want to mansplain this. I really don't.
I don't feel like you get it.
I don't want to mansplain it, but I feel like this is necessary.
What I'm saying, it just feels like it's longer than normal. Do you get that feeling?
I don't get the feeling. It is factual.
Okay.
Oof.
Never
Skip
mind.
the class on planets, huh?
I don't think you guys are getting what I'm saying.
You're right. If I'm not answering the question, I don't get it. Do you get it, Virginia?
I don't think he gets it.
I don't think
do
he gets
get
it. Yeah.
It's like,
The way the planets move.
I get it. I'm saying no, it appears.
You don't have to give up one for the other.
I hear you. Let's move on. Let's move on because I'm feeling dumber by the second.
You should.
All right. You don't have to pile on.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
Oh, man. Summer school? Here we go, baby. Boy, I got to tell you, we got a lot of submissions for the messiest room. Good heavens, it's crazy. There's a lot of messy rooms out there.
Oh, yes, indeed. I was cleaning up one yesterday. Rocco has a lizard in his room.
That'll happen, yeah.
It's a live lizard in there.
Yeah.
It was destructed. It looked like a bomb went off in the room, and then I'm trying to find this lizard. It was chaos.
It'll happen. They get in your house. And the thing that I hate is, like, I'll try to catch him to get him outside, and then, like, please don't fight with me here.
Right.
And then 3 days later, I find them all dried up. And I'm like,
I told your ass.
brother, I was trying to help you out.
You wouldn't jump in the cup. Now
Right.
look at you.
Look at you.
I was going to put you outside in a bush.
Y'all dried up now. Yeah, so it happens. Yeah, so we posted up yesterday our winner for the messiest room, and oh my goodness, I don't know why we had to have so much messy room shaming because we've got like 1,000 emails. There's a lot of messy rooms out there. It's the end of school, and sometimes kids' rooms just get dirty. I mean, I'm sorry if like the people that were saying we need to call DCF because this is clearly a sign of child abuse. I don't know what home you grew up in. but there were messy rooms.
Everybody's room gets messy when you're a kid, right?
It's unbelievable.
Well, I went in the chat room and I started stirring it up a bit, and I started shaming the people who are shaming the room, and
Well,
it
was
turned into
insane.
something.
The comments were crazy. They were like going, somebody needs to call DCF on this woman. If this is how her son's room looks, then clearly there's abuse happening here. We're all, all respond. I'm like, wait, what?
Those are obviously people that don't have kids.
I'm like, what is?
Oh no!
what?
There were people on there with kids, and they were bragging about how their kids' rooms are amazing and how we are terrible people for giving out tickets for this kind of bit. We are the problem.
Lord.
We are the problem in
Oh my
America
God. It's
of
a
rewarding.
fun bit, people. If you don't get that bit, you don't belong listening to this show. So get up, switch the channel right now. There's shows out there that are for you. This is not the show for you. If that got you all in trouble,
Well, it really is just a goofy bit, and they probably messed up the room for the bit anyway.
who
If
cares?
I was a parent trying to win tickets
Yeah.
to SeaWorld,
Throw stuff on the floor,
I
snapping
would
photos, send
make
it
it look
to
as
us.
worse as I could.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, we just got to give away 4 packs of tickets to SeaWorld.
And then there were-
don't even get started about SeaWorld. I know,
Oh, then people
orcas
started
and everything
attacking
else.
SeaWorld.
If you don't want the damn tickets, don't try to win the tickets.
Oh, we were getting attacked left and right. We were
That's
getting attacked
all it
for
is.
SeaWorld. We were getting attacked for really dumbing down America.
Well, this is a dumb show. Welcome to it. If
Clearly.
you don't like dumb, you don't like what we do, there are a gazillion other radio shows out there for you, so go find them.
I mean, we're real dumb. We don't even know how the sun works.
well, some
Well,
of
let's
us
not
do.
group all of
Well,
us into that
no,
one. Now, that's you
we all
alone.
go down together.
No, yeah,
Blood
it's
in, blood
all
out.
you.
KVJ, dirt of the day.
Did you miss an episode of the KVJ Show? No worries. Find our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or kvjshow.com.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you got on your mind today, Bird?
I got so much on my mind,
You
Kev.
do? Okay, well, let me hear it. Just, you know what? Lay down, and I'll act like I'm your therapist.
Well, it's not even that. It's of great excitement. The last 2 or 3 days, me and Denny's have been working on the Fat Kevin song, and
Oh, wow.
it's taking a while, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because this is going to be our Bohemian Rhapsody. This is going
wow.
to be
Okay.
something that I want this to be a South Florida anthem.
Yeah.
I want people to hear this, and I want them to weep. Damn it. And it's gonna be big. But I wanted to ask you. I wanted to play it on the air when it's finally done. But right now it's clocking in at 4 minutes and 23 seconds.
Okay.
Do I need to edit that down? Would that a length that big? Does that belong on these airwaves? I mean, do I have to cut that down to do a,
I
to
mean,
a
if it
radio?
stays entertaining, that's what it is. I don't. To
Should
me,
the
it's not.
song be as big as the man it was written about?
That's a great question.
There was a lot of size in both.
They talk a lot about back in the 70s where these groups would have these long songs and
Yeah.
they'd have to present it to the record company and they'd always make them do that radio edit. You're the record company.
Yeah.
Do I need to make a radio edit?
No, if it's entertaining, if it's good,
Okay.
then that's it. Yeah, if it drags, then we'll have to make some edits.
You just gave me the confidence to add a whole 2 more minutes to it. Thank
Okay.
you, sir. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Kevin sent me all of these pictures from when he was chubby. Oh, man. I want to
That's
hug.
just a few. Yeah.
They are so amazing.
Yeah.
You look so happy in those pictures.
He's
The innocence before it
Yeah.
was taken from you.
Yeah.
The innocence of just being fat and ignorant.
fat and carefree. Yeah.
Carefree.
It's a good combo, but you got to have carefree to go with fat. Otherwise, yeah, it's not
And
as fun.
Boy, that hair of yours back then. That was some
Thick and bold, wasn't it?
It was very thick and
Yeah.
bold. So very excited about this. Just give me a little bit more time, baby. I'm
Okay.
trying to write you a gem.
Okay. All right. Can't wait for that. Virginia, what you got on your mind today?
Well, today is a big day all around in our family. So today, Magnolia is turning 14.
Wow.
Today's her birthday. Today, she also graduates from 8th grade, goes on to high school, and it's my mom's birthday as well.
Wow.
So it's like all these crazy things on May 30th.
Can you guys remember back that long when you were 14, 8th grade, kind of going into high school, or is it too much of a blur?
I remember bits and pieces. I remember like my school. I remember classes. I remember being like so awkward.
Yeah, I was pretty awkward.
I was
in
so
middle school, I was
awkward.
really awkward.
Stuff in my bra, hoping none of it would fall out in gym class.
Were you nervous about the switch going to middle school to high school, or were you excited for it?
I think I was excited for it. Yeah, I was excited to go to high school.
Yeah, ours wasn't that different because we had 7th grade on.
Ah.
Yeah, that's how they broke it up. The elementary went to 6th grade, and then at 7th grade, then the entire town went to one place to go to junior high together.
Gotcha.
Small town living, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, the way we had it down here, I went to Hal Watkins Middle School, and you had 7th and 8th grade. That was your standalone school. And I remember it was like the 3rd day of school, and I saw this kid smoking a cigarette, and I was still a little boy. I go, what is going on here? Why
It's a
are
whole
they-
new world, yeah.
Why are they smoking, Mom?
Yeah.
So big doings today.
Big doings. Well, talking about going off to school, there's going to be a change next year. In fact, if you're one of the classmates of Zaire Wade at American Heritage High School in Plantation, he's not going to be there next year. He is a great basketball player, just like his daddy, Dwayne Wade. He used to play the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
They're going west. He is going to be moving to California to do his school. He's going to be going to a place called Sierra Canyon School in Chatsworth, California. Sounds like a very hoity-toity, snobbish suburb in L.A.
Chatsworth.
Chatsworth. We're going to the Sierra Canyon School in Chatsworth.
Oh, that is so rich and better than you. That
It sounds
Yes.
so expensive.
And he's going to be partnering up with his dad's buddy, his kid, Bronny. LeBron James Jr. is going to be transferring to the same school. So there's going to be a repairing. LeBron James' kid and Dwayne Wade's kid are going to be attending the same high school in Chatsworth, California.
And those high school games will be on ESPN.
They will be on ESPN.
big time.
That will be the most attended high school basketball game ever.
It's going to be unbelievable, yeah.
They're not going to be able to fit the people in the gym.
No.
That's so much pressure too, though, on high school kids.
Oh, it's crazy.
I mean, their dads. Think about their dads, and then all this hype around them.
These
it's
kids got the
insane.
skills.
No,
Or
they're both.
They both got the skills.
Yeah, they're both fantastic. I mean, I haven't seen. I've seen some videos of Zaire. I know Bronny James is pretty solid. LeBron James Jr. He's going to be entering 9th grade, and Zaire's already. He's currently a junior at Heritage.
I mean, 9th grade. You're only a freshman, and we're.
Well, his dad LeBron, when he was in high school, his games were on ESPN.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
You know, so it was, and his dad lived up to the hype.
I mean, I'm just comparing my freshman year, the mentality.
Don't.
I mean, think about.
Can you imagine that?
The
Yeah.
pressure of that.
Yeah, you're
though.
talking about the pressure. We were talking about Magnolia and you going and seeing kids smoking. Imagine if you're Bronny James.
That's what I mean. That's insane.
But when you're Bronny, you know you have the skills to back it up. I think you're not going to be as awkward as me and you were.
And yeah, you grew up in an atmosphere where you are prepared to be awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
You're just you dominate at everything.
He does. And, kid, you got to feel for him a little bit. He's under the microscope. He had a expletive-laden video that came out on social media this week.
Here
And
we
so-
go.
Here we go.
that.
We'll probably look at it.
Dad needs to clamp down on the soch.
Well, I mean, it is. It's got to be a lot of pressure. I mean, and LeBron even has talked about his kids, and he said that was probably the one regret he had is calling him LeBron James Jr. That's why he goes by Bronny, because he's trying to shake a little bit like, I'm trying to get away from the shadow
Good
of Dad
luck.
a little bit.
Yeah, good
Well,
luck.
and they show LeBron in his games. LeBron is on the sidelines, kind of like Drake is at the Raptors games. He's like pounding his chest. He's on the court. Who's going to tell LeBron James get off the court? He's
You're right.
It's
Nobody.
embarrassing, though. Sit down with the other parents.
He's not. He is the forward in your face, and now they're going to team up for not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. How many championships?
That's one of my favorite clips.
It's pretty annoying and sad for Miami Heat fans. So there you go. They're going to be reuniting the boys.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Jaybird has hit me up with a struggle he's going through, Virginia. He's got a problem and he's got a deadline to achieve
Shocking. There's
said
something
goal.
struggling about your life.
There's a struggle with the burn
Uh-oh.
going on here today.
I'm looking for a support system. I know you've heard this song before.
Yes. Somebody's trying to go on a diet, and somebody instead ordered 4 grilled cheese sandwiches last night. Somebody who's trying to go on a diet has eaten about 7 Camille's pizzas over the last 4 days.
I've eaten a lot. I'm on a different level. and I know I'm about to get naked in front of a bunch of people. My body is going to be extraordinarily exposed.
We've officially booked the Naked Mile. It happens a week from tomorrow. So you basically have 8 days to not look gross.
I got so skinny. I was in shape, and then something just happened. I started going the other way, and I keep thinking about the Naked Mile, and I know I have to get in shape, and I got to do it quick. And yet, I keep on going to the worst decisions. I ordered more milkshakes. I ordered more milkshakes.
Delivery ice cream.
I mean, it's the best thing ever, Virginia. You don't even have to move off your couch to get multiple milkshakes. How many did you order?
2.
Okay. One for each hand?
Well, I like variety.
Did you have company?
No, that's the sad thing. I didn't.
That is the sad thing.
He orders 2, he doesn't have company. He orders family style, he has no family. That's just the way he rolls.
I have that food anxiety. I have to, if I'm ordering delivery, I got to get different varieties. What if I order something and it's just not cooked good, or it's gross, or it doesn't taste delicious? Then I'm stuck with one meal? No.
Yeah. Who's ever stuck with just one meal, Virginia?
You got to have
Could you
variety.
imagine the horror?
There are other people out there that get that. I'm telling you. They get the food anxiety.
So people are thinking that maybe you're stress eating here.
Possibly.
You're kind of going the other way because you're stressed out about having to do the Naked Mile exposed and fully nude in front of a bunch of strangers, that instead of treating your body the way that you want to look, you're going the opposite way and putting the food in.
Yeah, no, I think
kind of a vicious cycle
I think
here.
they might be right. I think I'm worried there might be like a table full of like my ex-girlfriends there just to point and taunt at me during the Naked Mile to get in my head.
Oh, write that down.
Oh, that'd be a VIP gallery.
This is supposed
front
to.
row.
Girls, drinks on me.
This is supposed
Any
to.
former ex of Jaybird, your first 5 drinks are free.
We will velvet rope you off an area at Swamp Grass.
Get them all liquored up and angry. That's great.
Right up front so you can just make eye contact with them the entire mile.
We really want the loud ones.
Oh, boy.
No, whatever. If they want to come, bring it on. But those are the little.
We could do a nice Q&A before, Virginia, for the video.
I love it.
Oh, this is getting better by the moment.
I don't know, man. But I think they're right. I think I'm eating to not deal with it. I'm like, oh, I got to get in shape. I got to start running. I got to.
Thinking, okay, maybe just.
Oh, eat pizza.
It's bigger than.
I think sometimes
Bigger
it
than
can
you.
be. So I wanted to talk it out. I wanted some words of encouragement. I know I'm not going to get that on this side of the table. I'm pointing to Virginia.
Yes. Virginia not going to be there to help you out.
And I was about to compliment you on your nice dress.
Well, thank you.
No, I don't feel like it. I'm turned off
The
now.
sentiment's still there. I appreciate it.
I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of different strategies that people can do. It sounds like you need extra motivation because if getting naked on a treadmill in front of a bunch of strangers isn't motivation enough to curb the bad eating, that's tough. You're going to have to go to a different level.
Here's what I need. Okay, around 2:30 p.m. today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna want to go to my app. And I'm going to want to go and get Camille's because it's so easy now. They can just drop it off at my place.
Yeah.
When I have those emotions, I have those feelings, what do I do? Immediately give me something to do.
Delete the app right now.
Okay, I'm deleting the app.
He can go back to the App Store
But
and just buy it again.
But he's got to
helping
do
me.
he's got to do extra work.
You know, can we?
It's an extra step where it's not as easy. You see what he said? The big problem is the convenience of it.
Too easy.
So now so he's got a little bit of time to think about it. If he's downloading the app, you're waiting for the app to download and you're going through and the whole time you're thinking this is wrong. This is not the right move.
I'm going out of my
This is
way.
not the right move. Yeah, so the longer you actually have that thought in your head, I think the better off you're going to be.
I deleted the app.
Good. That's a good step.
Okay.
Anything that makes it easy and convenient for you to get this bad food, you've got to take that process out. You got to make it very difficult, even harder to get.
Okay, this is working for us. This is why we're doing this. I
Yes.
like it.
You also have to have alternative food to eat.
I know.
You can't just be like where you go home and you're hungry and then you're just desperate.
You're right. I have to have a backup. I have to have a backup healthy meal. This is working. I got to get. All
You
right.
gotta plan your meals ahead of time. Sometimes if I'm really like hardcore trying to do it right, I'll cook like 5 meals in one day and put them all in little Tupperwares, and then they're just ready to go. Some boring ass grilled chicken piece.
What is the healthiest food that you like to eat?
Okay, there was this thing that really helped me out greatly. It was a Gardein. It was a vegan thing, and it was barbecue pork, and it was in this little ball.
Yeah.
And it had the calories on there, and I would eat a ton ton of them, and it kept me in my calorie count.
It's good.
And it made me full. And I've gone back to go on my diet 3 different times, and I found out I can't find them anymore because they've been discontinued. And I took that as an emotional blow. I'm like, dang
And
it.
so you said, well, I mean, obviously the
I gotta
universe
go.
doesn't want me to be healthy because the one diet food I liked is no longer around.
Oh, then
Milkshakes and pizza, here I come.
Yeah.
I immediately went over and ordered. I got 2 cheese loaves. So
Yeah.
yeah, I get it. That's what happened.
Then you got to find a plan B. So you got to
gotta
see
find
if
a
you
plan
can find something that is healthy that you like and then keep it abundant around you.
Okay, this is healing.
Yeah. And then the other thing I would do is take a really gross picture of yourself and keep it handy and make it your screensaver on your phone. So when you're looking at it, the first thing you're going to see, it's got to be like your gut's got to be out and contorted in a weird way that you look as terrible as you possibly can.
I'm happy to be your Ansel Adams.
Yeah, you need that photo as your screensaver. So as soon as you look at that phone, it is a constant reminder of just, oh gosh, all right. Yeah, you need to get, it's, you know what? Because I know what it's like. It's like a swift kick in the gut, man. And that's what you need because it's just like, oh, it makes you sad, depressed, and hopefully it'll keep you from eating.
Yeah.
But I know sometimes when you get sad and depressed, you want to eat.
It is weird. I was eating all this pizza, eating the milkshake, and I'm like, oh, I don't know, man, I'm kind of feeling sad. Great advice. I got to tell you.
Okay.
I thought that was good. That's what I needed. Thank you.
Okay. Couple quick little hints there. What to do. Somebody said check some of the fresh meals. Yeah, there's some food companies out there that deliver the healthy, fresh meals, all that kind of stuff. So, but if you have any suggestions of what is the healthiest and best tasting food that you eat,
That's good. I love it.
what do people have? Yeah. Because I found that too. I try to stick in that zone where I'm like, okay, don't necessarily like it, but I dislike it the least.
Because I know people will say, well, just eat what you like, Jaybird, but do small portions. I'm not on that kind of train right now. You give me a small piece of pizza, and then the next thing you know, I'm getting birthday cake. It's not even my birthday.
Yeah. You're going to totally...
And yeah, I go on a bender.
Totally different thing. So anything to advise to Jaybird, 877-979-WRMF. You can hit us up. And coming up here in just a couple minutes, yesterday I know on TV we were all fascinated watching the interview that they had on daytime TV with the hiker that was lost for 17 days in Hawaii, and her family didn't give up on her, and they got a helicopter, and that's how they found her.
They hired like this private company to like scavenge the area, and
Yeah.
from the sky, from the ground, they had these intense like X Games looking dudes that were like, "We're not giving up."
That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, if you got a family that is that persistent and has those kind of resources,
You would hope all of us have a family that persistent.
but getting the resources, I mean, to get a helicopter, that ain't cheap.
I would sell everything to find my babies.
Oh, I hear you. No, I get you. But did you hear what it was that got her lost in the first place?
No.
Something out of the ordinary I thought was kind of interesting. I'll tell you about it next. Okay. Jaybird struggling with his diet. Denny's struggling to not get ripped off at food trucks. He had his own food problems going on. They're saying that they had these food trucks that were set up, and Denny's goes and tries to get some food and gives the guy a $50 bill. And the food was like $11, something like that?
He said Denny gave him a 20, but Denny's gave him a 50, and then they get into an argument about how Denny's like, no, I gave you a 50. He's like, no, you gave me a 20. And then Denny's didn't want to argue with him, so Denny's walked away. And I'm like, well, I would have argued a lot
Peace
more.
train. Walked
Peace
away
train.
from his
Well, this
money.
has happened before at a sub shop. I gave the lady a 50. She put it in the register, and she said I gave her a 20. And there was a big line behind me, and everybody was getting all annoyed that I was holding up the line. But I was like, the lady took my 50 and gave me back the incorrect change. So I don't know if this is a thing with cash now that people aren't counting the cash when they give it back, and then they call you out when you try to call them out on it. Because I've had this happen to me twice now.
Okay, if it's happened to you twice, is it possible it's you? I'm just,
Well, I stopped paying in 50s.
Yeah, right? Paying the smallest.
I think people aren't used to 50s anymore. They never see them or something. So when you
Yeah.
hand it to them, they think it's a 20.
That could be happening.
but what do you do though if you know you've given somebody a 50 and a lot of people know what they have in their wallet, and then the person is arguing with you and they're demanding, no, you gave me a 20. There's really no way to prove that.
That's why I punched the cab driver in New Orleans. I swore I gave him 100, and he said I didn't.
How many hours had you been drinking before that?
About 6.
I stay with the cab driver. There's no way you were right.
Maybe more. Maybe like 8.
I was going to say.
There's
no,
no way.
I was going to go about maybe 14. But yeah.
I wish we could go back and watch what really happened so we know for sure.
She gave him $1. I gave you 100. Bam.
Cab driver had a lot coming at him.
Denny's did not punch the food truck driver.
Yeah.
You definitely should not have walked away because you're a guy that knows what's going on. You're a guy who keeps up with his money and knows exactly what he had in his hand. And I would have put up more of a fight.
But you're at a standstill. What do you do if someone's not backing down?
Yeah, they're like, no, you're wrong. And I'm like, well, you're wrong.
Yeah.
There was nothing to do.
Look in your drawer. There should be a 50 on top.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
have a bunch of change
That'd
in
be the
case
thing.
people come at him with weird.
I would say this, I can promise you, has never one time ever happened to the Mexican queen. Ever has she been like, okay, forget about it, and just walked away. What would have happened, and I can just tell you what my wife would have done, is she would have been, first off, if we were at a real restaurant, she would have gotten the manager, and it would have been very vocal, and you would have known something is going on. Like, the whole place would know what is happening.
That loud, huh?
Oh, yeah. She would not know. You're not taking advantage of her, and you're not going to rip her off. And then she would be like going, I'm going to call the police, and they're going to come in here. We're going to go through, and if there's a 50 in there, I'm going to let them know what happened. I'm going to file a police report because that's theft right here and now.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, that's not
That's what I'm saying.
Denny's
That's the
never
difference.
calls the cops.
That's the
first off.
difference. Denny's got a couple things. One, he's not confrontational, and two, he's never going to call the cops.
No,
So
no.
sometimes that's why you're just going to walk away and get ripped off.
Someone in the chat room said, just draw on your money, but who's gonna
Yeah,
do
it's
that?
so
It's not
much work.
Now
practical.
you got to get a pen. You're drawing on money. Like, what?
Lately, I've been kind of skeptical to pay with cash because I've noticed this happening, and also, this happened to me too, and this kind of annoyed me the other day. I was getting subs. I was getting like tip shamed. Have you gotten like tip shamed yet?
Yes.
Well, so they have the things on there that say 10%, 15%, or 25%. It's so much if you're picking up a sub that you called in
25%.
ahead time.
It's a lot.
25% for a sub. You must be out of your freaking
So
mind.
they have a custom X thing where you can hit custom and put your own tip in. So I just do the math real quick and I put the tip in for whatever I think the percentage should be. And the lady goes, you can put tips on here. And I was like, oh yeah, I did a custom tip. She goes, yeah, but they have boxes you can check instead, so you don't have to make up a number. And I was like, oh, I got you. I was like, I just did the math ahead of time. She goes, yeah, but the numbers don't really line up if you do it like that. You should use the boxes.
She was working there?
This was the lady as I rang out. She immediately grabbed the thing and looked at what tip I put and goes, and then starts telling me that I can tip higher. And I'm like, oh, I know. I was like, but I hit custom tip because I
gosh,
did
man.
the math and I only am going to pay about 15% on this.
That's annoying.
People see
she's like-
Denny's coming. They're like, okay.
She made a big deal in front of it, and people behind me in line were like looking over at me like, what a cheapskate. And she's making this big deal. And I was like, no. And I wouldn't budge from it. And I was getting tip shamed in front of everybody.
That's ridiculous.
So now I'm like, I don't want to use credit
That's when you
cards
go anywhere to
because-
get food.
Yeah, good God.
A lot of stuff. We all remember the meatloaf disaster from last week. that
Denny's,
he went
you're
through.
not
Put
having a
hand
good
water on
time.
my shoe.
Yeah.
It's not working out for you.
And so I don't like going out anymore.
You need to work on your chef skills and cook at home.
I'm just cooking at home from now on.
Yeah.
I don't get people giving me grief.
This is what a lot of people are saying. I know you're at a food truck, so that is a little bit different. But typically, at a restaurant especially, you would get the manager and the cashier. They can reconcile the tray to see if it's correct. It takes a little bit of time, but they should do it. And you say, well, then show me your 20s. If I gave you a 20, let's see. And if there is a 50 anywhere in your till, that is my 50. And so that's
the thing about the Mexican queen. She would have flipped the food truck over before
She
she
probably
would
would've,
have
yeah.
walked away
Yeah.
without her correct
well, I mean,
change.
She would have held up the line to the point where they're like, and she's like, we're
Nobody's
handling
getting any
this.
more tacos.
Yeah, she's like, I'm sorry. She would close down the taco line. She'd be like, going, go ahead, try to go ahead of me. And she'd be like, that ain't happening. She's
People
like,
in line would be in fear.
their entire night would be shut down. Like, that would be it. There would be no more business at the taco truck. She'd be going, how much money do you think you've lost now? Do you want to just give me the 50 back and the change?
And look, she might be right by doing it that way. I mean,
Yeah,
Denny's
it
is
works.
out $30. The queen would probably have gotten her money back. She causes a scene, but she wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way I would have walked away.
Yeah,
Not as peaceful as you did. I mean, in the end, I still might have walked away without my money, but damn it, I'm going to cause a scene.
you're not confrontational, Kev. How do you handle that? Do you fight for a little bit and then do you do what Denny's did?
I probably would put up a little bit more of a fight. I'm a little bit more controversial than I used to. And if I know that I handed you a 50, and a lot of people are saying, look, if you're going to hand over a larger bill, larger than a 20,
You know.
make note of it and say, hey, I'm giving you a 50 just so you know.
Good
so
tip.
it's kind of established. that, hey, I'd be like, I just told you I handed you a 50. Don't try telling me I handed you a 20 when I just told you I handed you a 50.
Good point.
So anything over a 20, make a verbal note of it. And yeah, if I had done that and then they're trying to give me $9 back on something I paid $11 for, I'd be like, no. I'd be like, I'd probably be the same thing. I'm like, I'm sorry. I tell people in line, be like, you don't want to come up here because they're ripping people off.
Yeah.
So let me handle this. I'm going to save you because all they're going to do is steal your money. So let me be the advocate for you.
This food truck is thieves. They're all thieves.
Thieves!
Yeah.
Rats in the food truck! Rats in the food truck!
And then
Sometimes.
wait till Monday morning and call them out on the KVJ show. That's what you do. You let them know you're getting called out on KVJ. That's how it's going down. Well, this is kind of interesting. I saw just this little side note yesterday on TV. We were looking at the story that happened. The hiker that got lost 17 days. Her family gets a helicopter. They track her down, save her. I mean, it's scary stuff. We got all these stories about people that are, going up and trying to scale Mount Everest and aren't coming back. There's a lot of people going out into nature and just aren't returning. They say that apparently what had happened to her was she got lost in Hawaii because she went down a trail after following a spirit voice. She heard a voice telling her to go down a trail, and she did. Obviously, it wasn't good advice.
Yeah, what kind of spirit is this?
Yeah, she heard something in her head tell her, go down this trail. Magical, magical, magical. And there she went. And
Was
then
she like tripping or something?
I don't know. And I'm like going, wait a minute, a spirit voice? What is this?
Well, I've read.
Maybe she was on something and she heard voices telling her to go. And then once you go deep and you're all discombobulated because you're on something, you can't get back.
I don't know. To me, that was an interesting enough angle to be like, wait, hold up a minute. What is this spirit voice?
She keeps speaking about how the whole trip was like this spiritual experience.
Oh, yeah, she was on
I
LSD.
wondered what. Yeah.
Oh, girl was tripping balls.
She had goofballs in her system, Kev.
Yeah. I'm just,
We've taken a little of the innocence away from this case.
Well, she's all over daytime TV. She's like, wait, spirit voice? Yeah.
I
Is
heard.
anybody asking her about her drug use, or are we the only ones?
I heard this beautiful voice after I took my 11th mushroom.
Yeah. She said, I had a strong sense of internal guidance. Whatever you want to call it, a voice, a spirit.
Well,
Everybody
it
has a name
obviously
for it.
didn't work out right, so
Right.
whatever it was not good.
Well, I think her point is that even though she was gone that long, it was still a spiritual experience. She got something from it. Something spiritual happened to her.
She was tripping.
Goofballs.
It's like, yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, isn't that the thing now today? Everybody's telling you, listen to that voice inside of you. That voice will never steer you wrong. Isn't that pretty much what you hear all over the place? People are like, that's the new mantra. Listen to your inner voice. It will never do you wrong.
That is such a lie.
Right.
The inner voice can absolutely lead you to the wrong area in life.
Case
Trust
in
me.
point.
Yes.
If
The
you're hiking in
milkshake
Hawaii,
pizza voice that
Yes.
you hear every night.
all we're hearing today is don't follow that internal voice.
Yeah, my intuition says eat that third pizza.
Yes. Never listen to your inner voice. Okay. Remember old CeeLo? He's had his own share of few hits and drama as well.
Yeah, how's he been? We haven't seen him in a while.
It has been a hot minute since you heard about old CeeLo, right?
He was on The Voice, and then he just kind of poof.
Yeah. God. 44 today, having a birthday. Also, got to say happy birthday to Aunt Jackie. We love you, the moon and back. Love Ashlyn and Keegan. Also, Olivia Hernandez turning 8 tomorrow from her mom, dad, sister, and my brother Noah and the dog Bally. That's from Deanna Hernandez. Got a birthday you want to get in on the KVJ show? You can. Easy to do. Mail at kvjshow.com. Well, coming up here in just a couple minutes is producer Denny's Ready. Oh, yeah.
There's a buzz in the hallway again.
He's buzzed in the hallway again?
That's what I meant to say, yes.
Denny's, you can't smoke at work.
Is that going to affect him with the joke jury?
From what I understand, he crushed it this round. He's very happy with these jokes.
Oh, he did? Okay.
No, he hates when I overpump him up.
Best ever.
Best round ever, Kev.
Want to really build him up so he can come up here and just
Well,
go away into the bar?
If the first two jokes fall flat, I mean, the room turns on him extra hard.
Well, there's a little bit of discussion out there. The new hot thing happening in Hollywood, if you haven't noticed, with the release of Rocket Man in theaters this weekend is finding classic rock acts and then doing a biopic movie about them. Hence Bohemian Rhapsody. Motley Crue recently had The Dirt on Netflix that did really well. And now the discussion is, okay, well, what's going to be next? Now, I kind of like the idea. The guy who is doing, I think it was Bohemian Rhapsody. I can't remember. I think it was Bohemian Rhapsody. He said he next wants to take on the Madonna story.
Ooh, that'd be fascinating.
Which I'm like, Madonna, I could see. Prince, I could see. I think actually we've seen enough of Michael Jackson and we don't want that. Not now. Like, no, let's not do that.
I think a movie, if it was accurate, would be the Eagles. And by the way, their music still is widely popular. I know that it's an older band, but their story is pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
They have a great story. They hated each other.
Fleetwood Mac, I think, could be another one.
That could be a very good story, too.
Yeah, if you had to put them in order, the next 5 biopics, what would we do in what order? Because I don't think I like this one. The guy who's doing Rocket Man is apparently wanting to spin off and next do a biopic on Boy George.
Oh, that could be fascinating. Have you read his book?
No. But I'm like, and look, honestly, here's the thing. I'm a Culture Club fan. I love their stuff. I go back and listen to it every now and then. I'm like, great stuff. I consider myself more than just the average schlep walking the street. I'm a Culture Club fan.
Boy George was so about image that back when they were broke, I mean, he had no money whatsoever. He scraped together pennies and whatever he had to rent limos and show up at places getting out of limos to make splashes and have people think, oh, wow, what do they have going on? He would show up in limos and get hype and talk, and that's how it grew into something. I mean, that's a great story.
That's exactly what Kiss did. Kiss did the same exact thing. They walked around New York with all this big equipment, dressed up, looking like bigger than life before they were popular. And people are like, who is this group? Kiss would be a good movie.
Kiss
if
actually,
you did it the right way and it was kind of grimy.
It would take 9 hours.
Yeah.
They got a lot of drama. Yeah, so what would you say? What would be the bands that you put in the right order? Because, okay, maybe eventually we could get to a Boy George biopic, but it's not next in line. I think we named about 5 or 6 others. Even I think I would rather probably see George Michael, I think, over Boy George, right?
I'm with Kevin on this. Yeah, the witch is wrong.
I'm sorry. I think Boy George is just fascinating. I think
Yeah.
George Michael is too, but George Michael's pretty transparent. I think Boy George had more secrets. We know what George Michael was up to.
Is there any way you could make a movie about Tag Team, the group that did Whoop There It Is, if you had to? Is there any way you could make that an interesting movie?
You could make that an after-school special.
Okay, man, that's all I could.
That's about all you got.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about all you got. Yeah, this same director is the guy who directed Hitchcock in 2012, which wasn't that kind of a disappointment?
Hitchcock.
They had the Will Smith movie.
Yeah.
Some people like it, but I think there's a lot of hype in it. You're like, it's okay.
Is that the one where he was a bad superhero?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hit miss. All right. So what would you do? You can let us know on that, and get your popcorn and get ready because producer Denny's joke jury is coming up. I don't think they're going to stop until they've done a movie about every single artist that we know out there. What is next in line? You have already had the biopics from somebody remind me too. Don't forget that Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah.
That was so
NWA.
good.
That was really good. They are all doing well at the movies. And somebody's like, VH1 already did this called Behind the Music. Yeah, but they need movie material.
And not to mention, that was from 20 years ago.
Right.
There's so much stuff that's gone on
Yeah.
from even the points of the Behind the Music.
Yeah, and they're looking for movie material. They're finding out that the familiar is selling at the box office. The unfamiliar is not.
And Behind the Music, they don't go through all the details. I want the dirt, baby.
Right. You can get some really good stuff that is on there. Somebody said a Bruce Springsteen one is apparently coming out. They're talking with Donna. I bet Prince is probably going to be on deck.
What if they had to do a hardcore, grimy, realistic KVJ movie? What makes the movie? What do we leave out?
The first 5 years alone are going to be pretty entertaining. Yeah. That's pretty good stuff. Stones, Beatles on deck. I think probably my one, if you get to pick one artist, who would it be? I think mine would be Ozzy. If I could say the next one I want done, Ozzy Osbourne would be mine. Fascinating story, just even his little bit, just watching him in The Dirt. And I was telling my wife the behind the scenes on that because they don't explain it in the movie The Dirt that's on Netflix about Motley Crue. Ozzy was out there poolside in a dress because his wife Sharon had stolen all of his clothes so he wouldn't go out and find drugs. But he showed her because he just put on her clothes instead.
Went out and found drugs.
Went out and found drugs, yeah. I mean, that was Ozzy. I mean, Ozzy would be hysterical. It would be dramatic. It'd be entertaining. Ozzy Osbourne, without a doubt, would, I think, be the best one. The soundtrack would be great, too. The music to go along with it. That's my pick. What's your one pick, Virginia?
I like Madonna. I really do.
Okay.
I think Madonna would be fascinating.
Jaybird, your biopic. What's your one you're going for?
Billy Joel. I think you could do a good one, man. There's so much there. There is a lot of drama there. There's
Okay. Denny's?
I'd like to see some drama. I'd probably do Britney Spears or something, just because of her breakdown. That could be a whole section.
That'd be good.
Yeah, somebody had said that. Yeah, Britney'd be pretty good.
I don't know about that one, Denny.
She just had a lot going on.
It's better than Boy George, right?
It's better than Boy George. Virginia is definitely the weak link in this bit.
Oh, okay. Billy Joel, who we've heard about him like 8,000 times.
Oh, there's so much drama there, Kev. The grime, the grit.
Yeah.
The really, really large testicles.
He does have large.
moose knuckle.
That's the end of the movie, though.
Yeah, and that might be with age. I'm not sure if he was born.
Yeah, I don't know if 20-year-old Billy had long nards.
No wonder you like him so much. It's a common bond.
Yeah, I don't think he was Billy Big Ball back in the 20s. All right, Denny's got his joke jury all ready to go. Got some comedy here he's drawn up. Jaybird said everybody's talking about these jokes. Apparently they're fantastic. I don't know, did we have a sneak peek? Did he let a couple slip out?
I just think people that work with us are starting to tune in just for this segment. I mean, there's a real buzz in the office about this.
Yeah. Well, there's a challenge here. Now, the competition is Denny's has got to try to get us to laugh, crack up, smile. Myself, Virginia, Jaybird, we are on the joke jury. He does not want to fail and flop miserably and nobody laughs at any of the jokes.
Oh, the dreaded silence.
Oh,
yeah.
the crickets.
worst.
The crickets are queued up and on deck. Let's not try to bring them out today.
Not with this crowd.
No. All right, here we go. Joke one. Producer Denny's joke jury.
What was the fortune teller doing on the beach?
I don't know. What was the fortune teller doing on the beach?
Reading palms.
Palm trees?
Reading palms.
Oh, the dreaded crickets already?
Right out of the gate.
We're leading off with crickets?
That's all right. You just, he's get
Warm it
warmed
up.
You gotta warm
Virginia
it up.
didn't even give her, like even her fake laugh.
I get it.
Okay.
That's all right, baby.
He's warming
Yeah,
up
yeah.
here.
I like to warm up.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
There we go. All right, joke two.
I got 5 of these to get through.
Yeah.
Let's see. Second joke for you guys. What do you call a demon who makes frozen smoothies?
A demon who makes frozen. I don't know.
Jucifer.
Oh,
Okay.
I like that one.
You get it, Jaybird?
I get it. I get it.
Well, you're so quiet over there.
I'm not. I am not quiet. I'm just soaking it all in. Y'all didn't laugh either, by the way. Virginia gave him a
Actually, I like this setup. All right, here we go. Joke three.
Why do horny females make the best criminals?
Okay, I don't know. Why do horny females make the best criminals?
Because they're slick.
Denny's.
Oh, jeez, it's dirty and unfunny.
The worst combination.
All right, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, we're getting... See, he got us laughing.
Oh, I'm in stitches.
All right.
Fourth joke for you guys.
Hold on, we're not done making fun of you.
Poor guy. All right, come on. Give him some support and love here.
Yeah, let's see here. How often do people get into confrontations with steak?
I don't know.
I love this setup.
It's rare.
Okay.
All right.
There
Okay.
it is. He's
All
back.
right. We knew there was one
So you guys
in
like
there.
steak jokes? I'll write that down.
Yes. Oh, I love a good steak joke.
Something about meat. All right, here we go. Fifth and final joke.
Final one. What company makes chocolate chip cookie thongs?
I don't know what company does.
Famous Anus.
That makes it all worth it, baby.
Okay. Well, it's a contest that's got everybody all upset. How could you reward somebody that has a dirty room? Oh, wait, what? No.
People are saying it's the worst bit we ever did.
Oh, my gosh, no. I've got 8,000 bits that are a lot worse than this one.
Name that nut, yeah.
That's coming back.
I know it is.
Kevin's taking off a couple days in June. Guess what we're doing?
I've accepted the fact that Name That
That's right.
Nut is never going away.
Coming back, huh? Cool. Well, here's what we got. A 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld. I think it's just one of the things that happens. Yeah, one of the first things I think a lot of kids are going to be doing for their summer vacation is cleaning up their room. It just kind of gets away from you at the end of the year, and so I knew there was going to be a lot of messy rooms out there.
Kids got free time. Oh, you got so much free time? Clean your room.
That's right.
I was getting into it with people on social media, but I was drinking some beers while I was doing that. And Kevin's even like, yeah, go ahead, fire back some stuff. And I was writing this sassy comment, but I put it on the wrong comments. I was all bitchy to somebody, but they were being nice, and I didn't realize I put it up there till 2 hours later. So they thought I was just being mean for no reason.
Oh, Jaybird.
So sorry.
Well, we've got Michelle on here from West Palm Beach, and she sent in a very messy room. Elena and Naren, and woof, good heavens, girl, what's going on in that room there, Michelle?
I'm pretty sure it's worse this morning.
So it's building, huh? Okay, well, here's what we're doing. We thought it was one of the messiest rooms that we got. We've gotten a ton of emails. So, yeah, I don't even know, like a couple hundred already. And
That's
we
crazy.
picked their room out, so they know they've got one of the messiest rooms in all of South Florida. And we're going to give you a 4-pack of tickets that you get to hold over their head to SeaWorld. And they don't get to go until that room is cleaned up, and they do it themselves, okay?
That's amazing.
Okay. Well, thank you for sending the photo, okay, Michelle?
Yes, awesome. Thank you.
All right. Send it in to us, mail at kvjshow.com.
Don't listen to the haters. If anybody says anything about your picture, don't even listen
if anyone
to
calls
it.
DCF on you because your kids have a messy room.
Those are the keyboard warriors. They may act like they're called DCF. I don't think they are.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, of course they're not.
Okay. All right. So if you'd like to send it in, mail at kvjshow.com. Okay. Well, I appreciate all the emails. People are actually sending me some misconnections now.
Okay.
Yeah. And gotta say, some of them, I even missed a few that were even more disturbing than the ones that Jaybird has found. You know, I don't know if you knew this, but Jaybird a lot of times is the one who volunteers to go in and.
Wait, Jaybird goes on Craigslist?
I will tell you this. I'm not kidding you. By trying to mine out some of these things, I've learned a lot. I have learned a lot from misconnections. And you're right. We live in a swinger capital of the United States. Fort Lauderdale, South Florida area, definitely. South Florida and Miami, New York, LA, all of them, big swinger areas.
Have you made any connections?
Hell no. Yeah, swinging. Usually they want someone a little bit bigger.
Oh.
Yeah, some of these, like Sarah from Twitter, she sent one. I don't get the fine line because this actually sounds like a sex solicitation. Like, I'm looking for a pretty girl that will clench my house naked.
Clench?
I think clean.
Yeah. I'll pay $200 each time you clean for me. Need you 3 days a week. And my old housekeeper left. She would take care of me. On those days, I would give her an additional $200 tip. Is that not?
No, it's not because it's too ambiguous. Take care could mean a billion different things. He could be talking about
Make him a bowl of oatmeal.
his cat. But now, if he was saying,
okay, maybe.
if he was saying, I got $300 for you to wine
me
me,
holla.
dine me, and 59 me, you know what I mean.
You're allowed to say 69 on the radio.
Are you?
I think you are.
You think you are? This is from the same woman. Okay, it's dropped an A.
Okay, he goes on to talk about how he preferred her to do it naked. So he said that he wants a pretty girl, he prefers to be naked, and his old housekeeper would take care of him and he'd give them an additional $200 tip. That's not...
Nothing illegal has transpired.
That's not solicitation?
Nope, because there's nothing sexual going on there.
Take care means
Naked,
so many
take care, and an
things.
additional tip if you took care of me?
It doesn't, Kev, again, it's too ambiguous.
Gosh, how do they get away with it?
Because they got the gift of gab. They're wordsmiths.
Got a couple other wordsmiths here today, too. This was an interesting post on Craigslist, a male looking for a female. It says, you weren't a nurse, but you still checked my oil.
Okay.
Okay. It says,
I close my eyes and I can still see those big yellow gloves you wore. You told me you weren't a nurse, but you said you'd check my oil anyway. Well, I'd love another checkup. But this time, though, I don't want you to use your gloves.
Okay. Oh, it's gonna get messy. If I'm going, I'm using gloves.
I'm staying at the same place here in Lake Worth. Now, if you're a good girl, maybe I'll grace you with another pillow humping show. You taught me so much, but now I needs to learn more. Email me ASAP. Your pillow humping dirty boy is waiting.
So he's the pillow humper.
Yes, he is.
Wow, it's usually reverse, Virginia.
I don't know about this world. Tell me more.
I think it's usually the girl that does that. But again, who knows?
Here's an ice cream dream. This time of year, it's getting hot outside.
So hot.
So hot.
Ice cream gonna get real messy.
This is a female seeking a female here. It says, to the potty mouth, barely legal chick working the register at Sloan's Ice Cream Shop near Atlantic Avenue. I know you're having a bad day. When I saw you last, it looked like you needed a massage and some other forms of TLC. Well, much like you, I'm great with my hands. Oh, yeah. I could tell that you were great with your hands, just by how you're using that ice cream scooper. I was the older woman that was asking you about your flexibility. I know you remember me. I was giving off that I want you vibe. You are a woman's ice cream dream, and I want to taste. The last girl I picked up in an ice cream shop let me cover her with chocolate and nuts. It was amazing. P.S. I love a chick with a potty mouth, so swear away. Please hit me up. You won't be disappointed, my sweet little ice cream dream.
By the way, standing ovation for the Kevin Ralston. Maybe.
Sit down. You're standing other places.
Yeah. Someone's pitching a tent. Sit down.
Well, tell your boy to stop being so damn good.
I can't. He won't.
Gosh, you are good.
Wow, I'm glad I've got one skill. My mom's so proud.
I mean, Kev.
Oh, I know. I've struggled finding my niche in life.
You can give him a half bone in 30 seconds.
I can get this guy over here rock hard in 2 minutes.
That was bottom line, like a monologue. That was. You got the goods.
You put the log in monologue.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this should bring it back down. This is, where is Stinky Stanley? Okay. This is a little bit more on the seedy side, male seeking male here. It says,
Where's my Stinky Stanley? Have you taken a shower yet? I hope not. I hope you're still as stinky as you were last Friday night. Fort Lauderdale is my favorite place to pick up stinky strangers. Tell me, what did my butt tattoo say? Let me know the answer so I'll know it's you, Stinky Stanley. I need your filth in my life.
I mean, you nailed the read. It wasn't as sexy as the last one.
well, I don't know how you
Ice
make
cream-
Stinky Stanley as exciting and sexy as Ice Cream Dream.
Ice cream dreams there.
They're just different
It
tones.
spoke to the birds.
Yeah.
Stinky Stanley. I'm not feeling now.
No, that's not nearly as sexy. So I had to bring it back to center there. So there you go. Thank you very much, Twitter, Sarah, everybody else that's sending in the
Yes.
Craigslist misconnections. It's a fun little hunt. You will be disturbed by what you read, though, because there's a lot of ones that I can't even say on the radio.
There are ones. We should read them on the podcast because Virginia, they are oh so graphic.
Podcast material.
I don't know. It's actually, it makes you feel weird, actually. I suggest not to do it.
If it weirds him out, you know it's weird.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Yeah. Whoa, man, I tell you, I get it. I'd be upset too. I go to the bathroom and I'm like, okay, who didn't flush? Well, you know that you always flush. And that only leaves one other person, your roommate. It's going to start a fight. That's what happened in Vero Beach. 58-year-old woman there confronted her 36-year-old roommate last Thursday after he used the bathroom and did not flush. And we don't know if it was yellow and mellow or brown and should have been down. Don't know. It's not in the story.
Yellow is one thing.
Yeah.
I mean, pee, I'm never going to get mad about pee.
She was very upset, so I'm almost thinking
it's brown.
Well, apparently during this argument over him not flushing, he spit on her. So she said, "Oh, no, you do not." She picked up a plunger, started swinging it at him. Going, yeah, it's kind of like a sword fight, you know? It's like she got a plunger, though, but think about where that plunger's been. I mean, that's actually a pretty good little weapon.
A used
Do you want to
plunger.
get hit in the nose with a plunger? No. And it's definitely, I mean, how many plungers are not used?
No, you're right.
Most of them are used quite frequently. Well, the interesting thing about this, you know, cops had to come and blah, 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 the assault charges all the way around. Everybody gets a ticket, but after looking this guy's name up, apparently he also got arrested last June after spitting in a female roommate's face when she yelled at him for trashing their apartment. So I assume this might be the same female roommate, and so they fight all the time, and that's his MO.
I would rather get punched in the face than have someone spit on me.
Okay, would you rather take a plunger solidly into an open mouth or have someone spit in your face?
Spit in my face. I mean, an open plunger, man, that is so gnarly.
Well, if you're yelling at somebody else, ugh.
Yeah, and I keep
And
on
it
thinking.
hits your tongue?
I'm thinking about the radio plunger that we have here.
Terrible.
Now, if it's my own plunger, it is less.
Absolutely, yeah, but it's still, even then, I'm not rooting for it.
I think I take the spit. I'm not pumped, though, man.
No, there's no winners in this story at all. I mean, really, there's no winners. Well, it's just kind of aggressive. You ever have somebody like just come up to you and say, "Hey, you know, I could take care of your landscaping for you"?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Well, you got to be careful because this actually happened to a couple in Ormond Beach. And a tree trimmer comes up and says, "Hey, yeah, I could trim your trees." And they're like, "No, we're good." He said, "No, I'm going to trim your trees." Pulls out a gun and says, "I'm a fast shot and I never miss." Amazingly, they were a little startled. The guy finally put his gun away a few seconds later, but then told the couple he would be back. They called the cops. Police found the guy shortly after the incident and arrested him. But, I mean, I guess it's persuasive. But are you going to hire that guy?
No.
There's a guy in Pennsylvania broke into a hair salon on Tuesday, but as he ran away, he accidentally dropped some of the money he stole. So the cops just followed him, and the trail of money led right to him. Come on, dude. In St. Johns County, Florida, there's a guy called 911 to brag about fleeing a traffic stop. Guess how the story ends? They trace his phone. They arrest him the next day.
Yeah, man, it's really easy to trace a phone these days.
Listen to this lawsuit. A woman is suing Walt Disney World after she claims she was struck in the head by a bird at the Polynesian Village Resort on May 12, 2017.
I saw this.
The lawsuit claims this woman suffered serious bodily injury, pain, and suffering, disability, disfigurement, and mental anguish. Now, she's suing Walt Disney Parks and Resorts, claiming the company failed to keep the resort in a, quote, reasonably safe condition. They failed to adequately warn of a dangerous condition it knew or should have known existed at the subject premises and provided this woman with a false sense of security as she was walking on the premises. I mean, really, Disney now has got to control their birds?
No, it's not their fault.
She wants $15,000 in damages. And they'll probably pay it just to make her go away, because for Disney, that's like a nickel.
Sometimes birds just hit you.
That's
such is life.
I mean, really, we expect Disney now to control the birds?
I got hit by a bird jogging one time. That's why I don't jog that much.
It's good reason, yeah?
Learn
It's
my
not
lesson.
safe. Birds technically try to attack joggers. I don't know if you knew that.
They really, some of them, they do.
They come right after you. There's a guy that's facing charges for serial flogging, I guess. Yeah. Trying to think of a better way to.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently he's been going to different box stores throughout Vermont and New Hampshire. I'm not even sure what that means. Police say the man was first reported flogging it in a department store on a Friday, and then he was able to recover, rebound, and on Sunday he was arrested again.
See, he shouldn't keep getting arrested. You should throw him in jail if he doesn't get out for a long time.
He wants something out of this.
I mean, honestly, if you do
Yeah.
that more than twice in your life, I think it shows you you can't be out with people.
Well, he did the 2 times we know of here, and he was also previously cited for the same lewd act at a Walmart.
I mean, the guy's going to Walmart.
Yeah.
People are just trying to get rolled back prices.
That's what you're going to get. He's rolling back his drawers. There's a woman in Colombia that caught her husband cheating earlier this month. So his plan to save their marriage was, okay, I'll try to make it up to you. I will let you drive me through town while I'm completely naked sitting on the roof of the car.
That's a great sudden death punishment.
It's what we're doing tomorrow.
I love it.
Yes, we're going to recreate it. They did it. Apparently he was forgiven, but unfortunately they were both cited and wound up getting a $150 ticket each for creating a public nuisance. It's not safe, but apparently effective.
Could we do something like that? We probably can't.
No, of course not.
We can't do anything fun anymore.
No, you can't. Yeah. I mean, yeah, how great would it be to put you on our KVJ vehicle and drive you down 95 at 70 miles an hour naked? We'd love to do that.
We used to do that one bit. Technically, could we do this one where the loser of sudden death has to get naked, drive to McDonald's or Burger King and get everyone breakfast? Or is that going to get us in trouble now?
That'd probably get you in trouble, yeah, because you're naked, and yeah, it'd be, there'd be a lawsuit, I'm sure. Yeah, we've got a laundry list of about 3,000 things we used to do in the good old days.
People ask me, why don't you do that crazy stuff anymore? Well, we want to. We're not even allowed to do stuff on our parking lot.
We got
here.
people upset doing the messiest room.
You're right.
Yes.
That was us, trying to be edgy.
That's controversial for us now.
Oh, my God.
Giving away SeaWorld tickets for messy kids' bedrooms.
You're right.
Yes,
we can't even
that's
get
the
our
world we live in today.
We can't even get our car. I can't get my tire changed in the parking lot here. There's that many rules.
And somebody like that woman at Disney is going to slap a lawsuit on you, and you're going to have to pay at least $15,000 for every bit you do. So, yeah, we just don't, unfortunately, make that much money. Well, somebody in California thought it'd be a really good idea to buy a replica of the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. They paid for it several years ago. They thought it'd be the regular everyday car. How great is this? My friends are going to love it. But apparently they say the novelty wore off after about a week. Now I suffer, they say in the ad. And they're looking for about $7,000 on Craigslist. So if you have the need for an Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, just go to Craigslist. And while you're there, stop by the Misconnections.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
This is a big deal or not a big deal? I know sometimes when you are a parent, things that you would overlook for yourself, you will not overlook when it comes to your children. And that might be something here to consider in Lonnie's situation. So, Lonnie, this has to do with somebody that's in your neighborhood?
It is, yeah. We're a friendly neighborhood. All the kids play together, and I was talking to the mom down the street that's a friend of mine, and we started chatting about what we did over the weekend, and she confessed a little dirty confession that she and her husband were, canoodling in their hot tub.
Okay, all right.
But our kids, including my 8-year-old daughter, they swim. They always go swimming in the pool, and the hot tub is attached to the pool. It's got one of those waterfalls that spills over.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So,
okay.
I didn't say anything to her face at the moment, but I just can't stop thinking about it. It's bothering me so bad, and I don't know if I'm going to let my daughter go over there to swim anymore. It's just like little swimmers that are already in the water. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Don't go jump.
So, but then I would also have to probably just tell my neighbor why. I mean, I can't just say, my daughter can't come to your house and not explain. I don't know. I don't know. What would you do?
Okay.
If this is your policy that you don't ever want to swim in a pool where anybody's gotten frisky, you can never swim in a public pool ever again.
Ever.
Hotel, apartment, condo.
Especially the hot tub. Oh, the hot tub is where all the lovemaking's going.
She said the hot tub is one of those ones where it spills over into the pool.
Oh, then that's just basically bodily fluid spilling over.
But it happens. And so there's a lot of chlorine in the pool to kill whatever weird stuff is in there.
Mm-hmm. So you're not bothered by this? Like you would let Mags and Rocco go swim at the neighbor's house, even though they like getting it on in the hot tub?
I would say something about like, maybe you shouldn't do that if the kids are going to swim in it. But I would still let the kids swim in it.
I don't know, man. I used to, anytime I'd run out of soda, I'd go to the pool area. Like around midnight, usually was kind of my soda time. And that's when people would be getting it on in the hot tub. And sometimes...
You would stand there and watch for 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Well, I mean...
Great soda.
It's a public pool.
I'm drinking Squirt.
Why is that bush over there shaking?
That moaning bush over there. What's going on?
I'm just saying,
the shrubbery is shaking.
I don't know if I can go in public pools anymore because of the lovemaking and the bodily fluids.
You know too much.
I do.
Well, and even aside, what we're finding out here is the thought about the private pools. This could be somebody's home pool where you don't have the community jumping in, but... if they consider it like, hey, this is our pool and this is our hot tub and we're going to do what adults do, that's fine. But, I mean, is it weird that they're doing that on Friday night and then Saturday morning your sweet little 8-year-old daughter is jumping into their love juice?
Oh, gosh.
Is that...
Okay, you're not allowed to ever say that again.
Love juice.
Ever.
I don't know, man. I don't want to be sitting in anybody's love juice.
I'm skeeved out, but I'm telling you, you have no idea how much love juice you've swam with.
It's prevalent. It's over the top.
So not a big deal. And, so the question here is, one, would you let your kids swim in a pool knowing what you know? And two, would you say something when they're like, yeah, so me and my husband, I'd be like, hey, look, my daughter's like,
I would. I'd be like,
you would.
Our kids swim there. You guys got to not maybe do that, please?
Okay.
I don't know, man.
But, I mean, you can't control it.
I would hate to tell them what to do. I would be more inclined, I think, to not have my kid go over and swim because that's my control.
Right.
Yeah, it's other people's pool, right?
Right.
You can't tell them they can't make love in the pool.
You guys can do what you want, but I can't tell my kid, you're not going to go jumping,
Did the Kevin Ralston ever get a little hot action in the hot tub?
I used to have a hot tub when I lived in California, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, come on, man.
Boy, I
Yeah.
like it.
If he had a hot tub, he had action.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
His love juice was...
Cali Kev.
Cali Kev.
Cali Kevin Cross.
That's right. That's a different animal than this guy
Yeah,
here
you
today.
are. Today you're just a broken married guy.
Yeah.
Cali Kevin Cross probably got out there and made it happen.
Yeah, that cross-country trip just wore me out. Okay, should Lonnie be concerned about this or not? She finds out that the same pool that her 8-year-old daughter goes to swim in at the neighbor's house is also connected to the hot tub where the parents apparently routinely like to get it on.
Ow!
Yeah. Any concerns there was saying, I don't know, I feel weird about my daughter now swimming in that pool, but you got to figure, if they've got it, right? There's a lot of people are doing it in the hot tub, right?
Oh, anytime you're in a hot tub, just know that some lovemaking went down at least a week within the last week.
And I would say, too, that more and more, whenever I see somebody that's got a home pool, they've got that hot tub attachment and the hot tub spills over into the pool.
Look, if it's your own house, you can do what you want. I don't think you can tell anybody what you can do in your own hot tub.
But are you now concerned about your 8-year-old sweet little honey pie daughter swimming in that nasty water?
Look, the only pool and hot tub you can trust is the one you own.
True.
If you don't own it, you're taking a chance, baby.
Well, for perspective here, Lonnie, a lot of the people that are texting in right now are saying, look, Lonnie, it's called chlorine, overreaction. Does Lonnie ever pump her own gas, or does she ever open a door to a public place? Also, don't ever use a hotel room comforter or remote control or a pillow. Do you know what's on those? So there's just funk and weird fluids everywhere.
But there's sometimes the chlorine in your head, you don't think it's working.
No, chlorine is just nasty.
There's a few people I know for a fact you would not follow into a hot tub if you knew they were doing the hibbity-dibbity.
Yeah.
I just know you wouldn't.
Well, the story that really changed me a lot was the story where I found out why your eyes really turn red from swimming in a pool. I thought, oh, they put too much chlorine in it. No, it's the chemical reaction of too much urine with the chlorine that is affecting your eyes.
You've told me that stat before. Is that real?
I'll pull up the story for
That's
you.
really what that is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Kevin.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Yeah. Somebody said maybe you can just get a little bit of the water and have it tested real quick from the pool guy. Make sure it's all clean.
I mean, think about how gross the ocean is. You know people are pooping in the ocean.
Yeah, I think the only thing about the ocean is there's just so much water in there. So even though you got whales taking dumps, it's just all kind of...
Whales? I'm talking about people, just humans taking dumps in the ocean. I mean, the ocean, if you really think
Compare
about
a human dump to a whale dump.
I think I'd rather
take a human dump any day of the week.
I don't know. I think I'd rather take a whale dump.
Really?
Yeah, than a human dump? Oh, Kevin, I think you're off on this one.
Really?
I think whale dump is less gross than a human dump.
No way.
Denny's.
You're way off on this.
Whale poop or human poop? Yeah, human poop's grosser.
I don't know. Suits is looking at me. Yeah, I think I can't believe what you're saying here. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm trying to see exactly how much whales do. Yeah, they say it's enormous. It's just
I get that, but I almost feel like it's natural. It belongs in the ocean. It's part of the circle of life.
We're all mammals, baby.
Yeah, but
what's the difference?
Bob from Port St. Lucie breaking one off in the Atlantic. I'm not down with that.
Well, what about Willie the whale?
Willie the whale's I'm cool with.
Really? That's very odd. Okay, so there you go. All right, so Lonnie, apparently no reasons to worry. Everybody said it is all good. Anything else you want to add to the very gross discussion? 877-979-WRMF, you can. 877-979-9763.
Looking for what's going on in South Florida? Sign up for our KVJ E-Blast and stay connected.
Interesting stuff. And a statement by the CEO of Disney today, Bob Iger. He's talking about how it's going to be tough for Disney to do a lot of projects in some of these states that are coming up with the abortion ban laws, Georgia being one, Missouri I know is another one, and apparently there is a big petition that's been signed now by a lot of actors and actresses. Sophie Turner, who's in Game of Thrones, and she's also in that X-Men movie coming up, has apparently signed it as well, that she will not work in anti-abortion states.
Is that Sansa?
Sansa, yes. They're trying to put the pressure on. She said, I've yet to tell my agents I signed it. They're going to be like, what? You can't work in these states? Yeah, I can't work in these states. So, yeah.
So you know about it, but her agents don't, Kevin?
I do, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you know what? Virginia's not here, but I'm kind of like breaking in a little bit of dirt for you.
You
That's
are.
a bonus right there.
Oh, boy, that's exactly what we need. More celebrity news.
That's a bonus right there for you. Yeah, Virginia stepped out. Magnolia, she's doing what? The graduation thing today, right?
Yeah, it's her graduation today. That's a big deal, too. Middle school going into high school.
Oh, yeah. Big stuff. So, yeah, so Virginia stepped out to be a good mom and do that. Me continuing the good path of being a horrible dad. My son asked me the other day why I didn't come to his awards presentation. I said, I did not even know you got one.
And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon.
Kevin's a bad dad. So Virginia doing the right thing. I stayed here and did a show for you guys.
You're working. You're making the green for the family.
Yeah, my kid's getting awards. Oh, my dad's. You're the only dad that wasn't there.
Dad, you saw my award, right?
Right?
No, I was working, kid.
Stop talking. I'm trying to do show prep. Somebody said Virginia better break the rules and cheer for her baby. You know, a lot of these graduations that they do now, you're not supposed to clap. They don't want you clapping.
Why is this?
Because they want to keep it moving, and they don't want the clapping, so they want to read the names quickly. Because, you know, some of these graduations, somebody's talking to me about it yesterday, like some are like 4 hours long. I got one with my son next year, and I think it's like 4 or 5 hours, and you don't know where in there, because I guess they don't even go alphabetically always. And so you don't even know when to show up. So you're sitting there for 4 hours, and if people are going, Jason Pennington, your whole family's like, yeah, woo!
Yeah, Jaybird.
Right, and chanting, and if they said the other person's name, you might not hear it, the person behind you. And then they don't want to wait for the entire Pennington family to stop cheering for one guy, because now a 4-hour graduation goes to 8. So
I get
That's
it.
kind of the rules, but it's very controversial because some people are like, I'm going to clap if I want to. My kid deserves this.
Well, I thought you were going to come up here and tell me that the clapping was to not make other people feel bad who didn't have a higher GP. I didn't know. I didn't know the
you know where
rules.
this is going. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think this is necessarily a PC kind of thing. Somebody texted and said, yeah, my family snuck in a blowhorn. See, that's actually better. It's quick. It's quiet. You make the noise. It gets to the point. So we'll see what Virginia does. I'm sure she's not obeying the rules. She never does. So we'll hear tomorrow from her. Jaybird, if you would, though, take us out of this and into the After the Show podcast with a lovely thought, my friend.
I'm going to give like one of those graduation thoughts. So picture me at the podium.
Okay.
This one's for you, Magnolia, and anyone graduating today. Start where you are. Use what you have and do what you can. And love everyone as well. Be kind and fair.
Is it over?
It's over.
Okay, all right.
KVJ not only does a radio show, but also does an after the show podcast. Watch or listen on kvjshow.com.